Hey, 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 what is going on? What is going on? You get to see me get partially finished up getting ready because I'm about to, well, not about to, but it's already 3 o'clock. Fuck. I'm just gonna go out and run some errands and it is the St. Patrick's Day weekend, and I want to do something cutesy. Avi, I'm not sure if I want to wear. I gotta find an outfit that I want to wear that I'm going to be comfortable in because I want to go to the either I want to go out and I'm gonna go out. So, so it's just like that. It really is like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna go out, so I'm gonna go out, and I want to just have me like cute little time. So, I cannot speak on behalf of everybody else who obviously wants me to stay. Um, I guess I mean you can't stay a homebody forever. There's some moments when you want to just be out and about, even if it's during the day and you want to watch the parade or something like that. If you can't tell by this wig, it's like she's done. She's done. Hang it up. So I am actually going to be changing my hair for my birthday. 'Cause my birthday is coming up this week, and I'm going to be getting a new hairstyle. But I mean, I'm getting a new. I'm gonna wear a new wig. I'm gonna wear a new wig. Oh my god, it's not your hair. Thanks. Um, but no, seriously, I'm going to go wear myself a new wig. I have one already in effect. So that's what we're gonna do. Leela, Sebastian's going outside. Leave him alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Where is oh yeah, it's in here. Be nice. Be nice. All right. So yeah, I was like the middle part for a very, very, very long time. And that's something that I don't typically do. I normally am the girl who always does like the side thing, but as the wig is lifting, mama's gonna have to do the straight slight side thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it helps give illusion to oh, don't look at the demarcation of where your real hair begins and where the wig starts. If you know, then you know. Pardon me. So yeah, I want to come up here to talk about just a few things. Just a few things. There's obviously still in the works, different types of tactics and whatnot like that, where people are trying to um, people are supporting my abuser and supporting the deeds. And by doing that, they are in turn either vilifying me or trying to silence me, obviously, because they don't want me to speak out in regards to the level of damage that they've done to my life. And what's also insane is that they also try to apologize. Not apologize, excuse me. They want to apologize. In fact, so my abuser hires other people to apologize on his behalf, which is ridiculous. Like, oh, they feel so sorry, da, da, da. Like, until you hear it from the horse's mouth and you actually see some change behavior, you don't believe shit. And whether or not the person has changed, that doesn't mean that I have to forgive them. Like, there are levels to being disrespected in which you don't have to forgive somebody. I don't care what your religion is. The fact that God Himself has an unforgivable sin. So even God Himself has a sin. And you're telling me the man or woman who, however you want to swing that, we're going to talk about that later. But the deity that was like, that's just like, we are made in His image, and yet you don't want us to have a fucking cap with forgiveness is just beyond me. See, this is why I don't respect certain kind of people. Well, I don't respect certain people within religions because they take it too far and try to manipulate it to their own accord. And I'm just like, yo, go fuck yourself with that shit. Cause over here, buddy, that's why I live and do things by myself. Like, you don't have to worry about me, joining your fucking church or your little friend group or anything of that nature. That is not my interest. I'm really good with just fucking with myself. This camera does not do me justice because I look fucking de fucking delicious. right now. I gotta do I gotta finish doing the it is St. Patrick's week, so weekend. So oh, here we go. Mm, Let me do my lips, I'm actually I don't think I might have to redo this. I mean, obviously I'm gonna wash up before I go head back out because I can't decide if I'm gonna do it tonight or Sunday. Who knows? I'm considering it. Who knows? I might just happen to find a nice little drink at the very end of it all and just be like, you know what? Okay. Uh, and just kind of, have a good time inside. You never know. You never fucking know. But whatever. So, but yeah, people are really, that the abuse doesn't stop. The government still is getting their money. And this is just my perspective. So I'm just giving you the insight. Okay. This is for the future, basically, the future people who will see this, the kids and whatnot like that. When you are at school, your teacher is going to is going to share the lesson to you about slavery. And there's obviously going to be that cherry picked parts of slavery that they don't want to mention. But I've already mentioned to you different things that have happened before, maybe just literally less than a handful of things about what happened in the past in regards to slavery. But you are seeing in real time about like not only the past about slavery, but on the future and how initially the same people who are your mommy, your daddy, your neighbor, your cousin, your faraway relatives, or even the parents of your lover or whomever, or people who are your dear ones, they decided to enact slavery treatments and things of that nature onto me based on their own ego, based on lies and fallacy, based on, greed and corruption and the way how they just wanted to do things. And the fear though is the people that you happen to, whoever raised you and whoever gave birth to you, things of that nature, they didn't want to choose to redeem themselves. No, no, no. They wanted to go ahead and continue it until until like my death. Like they have intentions to do this until the day that I die, and or until the day that they die, whichever one comes first. And this is just, how it goes. And they will likely probably give you some excuse or something like that. Oh, I didn't know any better. It was a different time. No, no, no. Because at this time, people are over here very aware, very loud and clear, talking about the oppressive ways or the abusive situations in other countries. But when it comes to them, they play dumb. All of a sudden, they don't know what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, they want to act like they're nice, but they move in such a way that is extremely, extremely foul. I have right now still pending a court situation between me and a couple people who have been severe abusers who literally orchestrated this entire mess. And yet they are over here pretending like, oh, I don't know what she's talking about. But you over here mimicking exactly like my hairstyles, my talk, my outfits. And I have limited outfits anyway, because of the financial abuse that they put me through without my permission, but with the help of the government. It's like, people over here, whenever I try to get proof on a lot of things, it's just like a lot of the people within the city of Trenton playing dumb. Okay. And a lot of people having to talk in code and one like say what you will, just know at the very end of the day, this is how your people treated me. This is how your mom treated me. This is how your dad, your sister, your teacher treated me. They wanted to keep me in a fucking like loop of gaslighting and mental abuse because they were bored with their own lives. They were insecure with their own lives. These are people who are insignificant in the grand scheme of things because, as you can see, like I said, I'm about to go out. So whatever issue that they have with me, they really have with their fucking selves, and they need to sit down in a little group chat or just by themselves with a drink or with not a drink, and just be like, well, fuck, Shalise is not the problem. I'm the problem. And clearly, I have some problems that I need to deal with and not try to misdirect it at her because she doesn't want to help me with this because it's her problem. Okay. If anything, I, as an individual, am trying to disrupt this woman because I do not want to have any kind of concentration into the fact that I have, some fucked up parts about myself. Okay. And even though there are people out there who will console me, cajole me, and give me a whole bunch of pep speeches and motivational things and things of that nature, it's just not good enough because I'm a lazy son of a bitch and because I really don't want to deal with the fucking trauma. I'd rather have her do it. It's so much more easier to inflict this, to try to inflict any kind of pain onto this to inflict this kind of pain onto this woman. And I really just do not like the fact that she, even with all that we did to her, is still trying to live her life and still living accordingly and still not allowing us to be in her presence. Like, I can definitely feel a fucking, like, a clear, transparent wall where I know that I'll never ever have that same kind of glee, happiness, and brightness from this woman ever in my days. And that's really how it goes. It's really how it goes. It's really fucking pathetic, but that is really the state of not only with your family members or whomever you know, but with the state of the world. Okay. I can tell you right now, we can literally go on YouTube together and you will see some Indian woman really talk on some bullshit right from her country, right from her fucking country, being a looking ass bitch, wanting to go ahead and insert herself and trying to keep me in some kind of, like, relationship that I obviously walked out of many, 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 many fucking years ago. But she wants to do it because, her culture really likes to control the youth, really likes to have some type of hierarchy, really likes to judge on people's either appearance, status with wealth, or just individuality. These are very broken people and very stunted and stagnant. They did not evolve that much. Okay. The youth have in some regard though, but there's just some people who really, I'm saying, even the youth themselves have some really fucked up problems and some really fucked up kind of like perceptions. So again, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. They have many other things that they need to work on. Okay. It's giving doing doing. But hey, look, it's because you are foul. That has nothing to do with me. It's like basically walking into a room with, dog shit because they are dog shit and they just can't get rid of that funk. So they walk into a crowd and they're just like, oh, hey, what's up? And you're just like, oh, what the fuck is that smell? Like, if you really, if you're polite about it, you pretend like, it's not that bad. But if you know that this person is really about, the mischief, you're just like, oh my God, bitch, what does that smell? It's you. It's you. Get the fuck up out of here. Like, seriously, like, you will literally stink up a fucking place. And it's so crazy actually, because when I was a kid, there was somebody whose belief was about, like, not, using certain kind of products for their body. And while people were making fun of them, I was the one that was over there really just like giving them a piece of my mind because I was just like, well, who are you to fucking judge on that? Like, you bottomless. Yeah, I was a bitch. It's like, if you don't like my mouth now, you definitely wouldn't have liked it as a child because I really didn't know about certain kind of etiquette in a way where, like, I mean, I was polite, but whenever I saw like any kind of injustice or bullying, I was the first one to just speak up and say something without. I was being uncouth when it came to. I would just be like, okay, well then what? Well then what? People didn't want to fight me because I was tall, but I always wanted to do martial arts ever since watching like Xena Warrior Princess and Power Rangers and stuff like that. I used to do karate kicks from other rooms into another room. And they left it. But anyway, it was just like, yeah, like, oh, okay, so you want to talk about, okay, well, and people back in the day, kids back in the day, they liked me because I was pretty. And the other girls would probably like pick on me because like very rarely though, would pick on me because of my prettiness, which definitely just seems to come full circle now. And I was just always so, glee, like, full of glee and just, cheery and things of that nature. So it really looked bad on them. In fact, I remember that there was only one girl who had wanted to try to fight me. And I was just like, well, for what fucking reason did you want to fight me? But I was just, I had my cousin there who was like older. he was part of like the basketball team and things of that nature. Like I knew people, and I guess like I had a resource to go to, but I never thought to ask them. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I always handle my own, I handled things on my own because that's how I was at the house. I was the one that was helping raise my brothers. Anyway, it was like, oh, you want to fight me? Like she was like my height, but she was a person who was actually just more of a. She looked more homely, and this was a very bewildering moment because I was just like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" And I'm not gonna cap. Like I was nervous because I was just like, I've never been in a fight before at the time, and I was also like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Because like I would hate to harm anybody. Like I wasn't thinking about like me harming that person, but I was just like I would hate to just be thinking like, okay, we're about to do something and this was something that could be easily remedied. But she was just like, no, like I don't like you and we're gonna fight. And I was just like, okay. Like this is I guess this would be considered like something like you would seem like, like, oh, does she have like a mental situation? Because she just seems very cavalier about this. But I was just like, okay. It's just like, okay, well, these are the rules. Like, I think that back in the day when they had like I was gonna say John. No, come on. Shit, I can't even think about it now. But it was like, those moments where you are challenged to a duel. It is. And you have to go out there with your pistols and step however many paces forward or whatnot like that, and you gotta handle it. And just me being a part, like, okay, well, all right, okay. And I was just like, okay, fine. And this was before, again, this was the time when I had already was interested in martial arts. But I was like, wow, this could have really saved me right now. It's gonna really save me right now. Like what the what the fuck? Um, yeah, so I was just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't want to do this, but fine, fine, fine. We will do this. And I just kind of paced myself around for a while in class and in the hallways because I was just like, well, fuck, like what the hell is this? What's going on here? I was like, I had already like my bully was my mother. So and I already knew that hits were not nice. So I was just like, all right, well, let's just get this on. Let's just get this over with. And then I was just trying to think about all the kind of ways in order to not take this head on where I felt guilty about the whole situation cuz I'm just like, okay, well, cuz I was overthinking. I was just like, well, how do we even get to this place? I'm over here really mapping it out like, okay, so you want to fight me, but it's just like for what reason? Per why? Why do you want to fight me? This just seems like this doesn't even make any sense. But I was just gearing up for it, like, oh, okay, okay. And then it struck me that there was no reason. There was no reason that I could find out on like why she wanted to do this. So I just started to um, unleash any kind of doubt that I had because basically the way how she wanted to fight, there was no reason. It was unjustified. There was no purpose for this. It was nothing. It was just a person who wanted to fight me, and And I was just like, no, but this girl is trouble anyway. And she was gonna try to like fight me anyway, whether I accepted it or not. So I was just like, okay, fine. And I just spent a lot of time just kind of just like, I couldn't really focus on my studies and things of that nature. And I was just like, okay, well, I need to walk in the hallways. I just kind of need to reflect. I don't even think my cousin may have not even been there that day, but it was just like I don't know what to do. Didn't know what to do. But it just came down to the moment where instead of me overthinking about like being a diplomat, I had to be on the battlefield. So it was just like, all right, fine then. I need to start thinking about not just strategies about like how more so about why I need to fight you. This is going to get me to a point where I want to see you harmed and I will be okay with that. You started with me, you did this to me, you can like and all like these are not like made up things. Like these are just, different type of item lists that I'm making to make to unload any of the guilt, any of the responsibilities, any of the, when it comes down to when if the principal or a teacher happens to see me, I'm going to tell them like this, like, how is it for me to handle this situation in which I am relieved of all responsibilities of this moment right now and take and handling you accordingly. So I was ready. I was ready, 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 overly ready actually, because I overthink, so I'm overly ready. And it came to it. It came to that moment, and again, like I said, initially I was scared, and now I was upset, and now I'm just like, all right, well now you've inconvenienced me. Now we have to do something about this, and it's crazy because a girl walked past me, a girl who's taller than me, a girl who does not go to the school. Walked right past me because we were in the gym, and I was like, okay, okay, we do this. There's some mats nearby. There's a wall nearby. I was already calculating exactly like what to do. I didn't even know where we were gonna do this. I thought I expected outside, like on the concrete. So I was already mapping out exactly how I'm gonna handle this situation. But she happened to be in the gym, in the school gym, and this girl who's taller than me, and again, she looks like she doesn't even go to that school, so I've never seen her. And she walked right past me, and she walked right up to my bully, and she decided to beat the shit out of her. I was like, ah, okay. Like, and because basically what happened was just that that bully had bullied somebody else, not knowing that that bully was connected to somebody who was literally didn't mind coming to another school and kicking her fucking ass. And I was just like, oh wow, look at God looking out for me like that. Like, that is amazing. That is such amazing. That is so awesome. So and she got slapped the shit out of in front of everybody. The gym school teacher was not looking at that point in time, but she was just, and the girl was just trying to talk out. The bully was trying to talk out about, like, "Ah," and the girl didn't want to hear it. She was like, "No, like whoever had pointed you out, like, no, you really like you need to stop." And she hit the fuck out of her. And so after that point, the I thought that that shit was gonna be dead and done with. And the bully was just so fucking embarrassed that she had ran off. So I'm over here, for a while expecting for things to switch up, for for her to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to redeem, my bulliness and go ahead and fight Shalice. And I was already ready. So it was just like, okay, so what do you want to do? And she didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. Actually, she ended up being nice to me. We didn't become friends, but it was like she actually became nice to me, and I was like, oh, okay. Put her arm around me and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know about all that, but it was just but it was like while later. But it was just like, yeah, I was just like, this is ridiculous. She got her ass beat down. You see how God do? See how God do? I don't know on that one, but God, Saturn, or whoever you want to represent or something like that. But that definitely is how karma works. Okay, like let me tell you something. Let me tell you the fuck something, um, bruh. And so, with that being said, it was just like, oh, okay, like it really works in the same way with people nowadays, where it was just like, okay, because for a long time while people were attacking me, I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you guys doing this? This is like this is unjust. And I was being patient with people. I was trying to be understanding, and I was trying to be like, okay, well, maybe there's some, some misunderstanding or something like that. And I was getting like, insults from behind my back, and it was just so much that the shit just kind of like bled from, from behind the scenes to the forefront, but very passive aggressively. So I would just, I would ignore it, but no, I wouldn't ignore, excuse me. I would state something. I'm just like, this is very petty and very childish. I'm above this. Why are you doing this? And I would just keep moving forward, and it would just keep on going and going. And people just didn't respect that. So then that's when I started, speaking up and speaking out to the point where I was insulting them back. Now, the people of Trenton are extremely petty. Obviously, people were living for a point in time, people were living a very small town life, that was like all that they knew before they even traveled and stuff like that. Um, just people being extremely, extremely petty. Obviously, there are people who from the city of Trenton who are still petty and still have that mentality because they are still wanting to be pains in the asses and minuses to being black and minuses to the fucking black community. Or hey, not maybe you wanted to go ahead and rebrand black as being, the messy fucking bitches that you are. Obviously, there are coming out with the TV shows, and the non-blacks are just eating that shit up, and they themselves want to fight just like that, but just not too much, because they you guys are definitely the worst of the two evils. And it's just like, yeah, I'm good, like I'm really fucking good. Anyway, shortly after that, the whole fighting thing had inspired me to do well, I didn't get a fight, but it was just like the whole potential fight inspired me to just be like, okay, well, I really want to learn martial arts now. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I want to do this more. And what it never happened. It never happened. And I wanted to just so I just started doing more tomboy things. And by tomboy things, it's just like I had a whole bunch of uncles and male cousins. One of them was feminine, who later turned out, he came out, which is awesome. I had supported him with that one. And yeah, just really grew up with like, just like a bunch of boys. So I was just like, okay. Sorry, I just gotta really laugh at that. This is kind of laughing at myself because like I was just dressing more, and you know how Aaliyah dressed? That was like one of my fashion icons. And I mimicked that only because I thought that that was like a really, I felt, well, I'm gonna say mimic that because I was dressing like that before her. I have pictures, but it was just like I felt comfortable dressing in a very like boyish state. That, and because the fashions back in the day didn't really cater to tall women, much like they don't now. In fact, it's extremely expensive for women jeans to be like really tall, and I'm over 6 feet tall. So with that being said, it's just like, okay, it just kind of goes all in together. And by that time, like my dad was working a job, and my mom was working a job, and my grandmother, she had extra income. And so I was so spoiled. I was spoiled, and I had good clothing. I had clothing that was good, especially good back in the day. So like when I had like the denim jeans, I had like the real denim jeans. I used to wear brands like Carl Kanai, Tommy Hilfiger. I used to wear the Timberlands, and I used to wear I used to have like, I didn't have like the beef and broccoli kind, because I think that those were more for like the smaller foot ones. But I used to go through a whole bunch of not Chucks, um not until like college, but I used to do like a whole bunch of like the new bucks. And yeah, so, and sneakers. And for a while, like, I never ever thought that, I was like, as long as I upheld my upbringing and just who I am as an individual, that I thought that things would be good. You feel me? Like you do good, you get good. And that's the reciprocity. It's just like you don't really do things to get good things. If good things come out of it, then oh well. But I damn sure didn't want the bad shit to happen to me. Because like what the fuck? Like if I'm not doing anything bad, then why the fuck should happen the bad happen to me? Like you feel me? Like people talk about like, how you're religious, and you're only religious because like you fear the repercussions of it. It's just like, no, it's just because I don't want whatever kind of dumb shit to happen to me unjustly or unprovoked. And yet here it is by people who claim to be actually good, and people who just really fucking messed up in the fucking head. So, and yet here I am still moving good. Like it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do religious, but just on how you move as an individual and who you are on the fucking inside. So a lot of this shit that a lot of grimy fucking whites and blacks came up with is just fucking cap. And that's just a solo dolo thing, because it has nothing to fucking do with me, even though they project those ideals off of me from their looking bitch asses. Okay, I am me. Okay, obviously, or else they would have defined another person that go ahead and stalk. But no, they still keep coming over here. They still keep coming the fuck over here. So yeah, that's just really how it goes. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was about forgiveness, and how they've been still talking about like how I forgive, and when I don't, and I'll never will forgive these bitches. Like it's my mentality is almost that of a warrior or a soldier, where it comes up to this like the point where it's just like and people should know this. People who are actually intelligent should know this. It's like if you are someone who's fighting in a battle. No, 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 fuck that. If a soldier had came to your community, your home, your village, and demolished and wiped it the fuck out, but they happen to retire there because they're old and their kingdom happens to crumble down and things of that nature. It's just like they learn from their mistakes, even things of that nature, and you happen to cross paths and they're on some dumb shit saying that we were at war. Not even just like some dumb shit, but just on some shit that's actually just, it is what it is, on some facts. Like, hey, look, we were at war. This was my assignment. This was my post. And if I didn't follow the rules, then this, day, here, and the third was going to happen to me. That's it's understandable. At the same time, you're not forgiven for that shit. Okay. I don't care what age or how you transition through your growth. I cannot buy my family or the things that I have lost, the village that have burned down, any of that shit. None of those things can be fucking replaced. You took those things, whether it was by rules or not. You took decided to go ahead and harm me, and also with the intent to kill me. So, but I survived, you know, for today, for this moment, at this time. And you're over here saying that I need to forgive you based on shit that you decided to do. You decided to enlist. You decided to go ahead and put on those fucking boots and for money or for whatever. And nowadays in this context, you bitches didn't have to do that. You bitches didn't have to do that. You're taking your strife with the government and your own financial. Oh God. Oh, it's the baby. Oh, she's so healthy. Oh my God. So anyway, hold on. Actually, side note. Um, okay, so it's too many of y'all. All right, hush. A lesson up song. It's like, yo, just like shut up. It's like, yo, so somebody's got some babies. Somebody's got some babies. Like, God damn. Okay, anyway. I need to go out. I need to go get me some something to drink. So anyway, what was that? What was my point I was making? So is that Charlotte? She's always anyway, yes. So I just think that I don't know, it's bitches be bitches. It really is. It's bitches be the bitches. I was really on a rant, but primarily it was just about the way how grimy bitches move. Oh my god, I don't have any food in here. I gotta fix it. I gotta refill it. I had two doves in here. There's like the birds waiting. They're in the like this little in my little bird feeder. But the thing is, like, I had two doves. Oh, they were so beautiful. Two doves. They're just so cute. My goodness, healthy, gorgy, so gorgy, flawless. Ah, it was giving beauty. It was giving makeup. It was makeup by God. You feel me? It was just gorgy. I love it. So so beautiful. Um, that beautiful melanated feather. Is beautiful. Good job, Sebastian. Good job. Mm. All right, so I'm all good up. So, all right, let's make this blend on top. What else? What else? What else? Oh, forgiveness. So yeah, people were talking about forgiveness, and I'm just like, no, no, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. There's context to when you can forgive somebody and when you can't. Excuse me, not context. There's caps. There's levels to when you want to forgive somebody and you don't. And you don't have to, and you shouldn't be guilty by it. Anybody who's trying to guilt you into forgiving is a fucking narcissist or a narcissist supporter, things of that nature. Somebody who's basically somebody who's self-serving, somebody who has it. It's there's something in it for them. There's really something in it for them in order for them to try to like um forgive on your behalf or some shit like that. And again, I don't belong to that community. I don't belong to that race even that wants to go ahead and be about that bullshit, because I'm just like, look, y'all just really just a whole nother breed, an evil one that I really hope dies out, because ain't no fucking way, ain't no motherfucking way I'm gonna be, wanting to voluntarily have you in my fucking company. Like, you literally will have to mask your identity and mask this shit and try to surprise me at a later time, because there's no way how I would want to have anybody like you fuck around in my company. I don't even have anybody in my company now. Contrary to what a lot of people are trying to say about me, it's the niggers and coons, of course. Her course. Yeah. So there's some but yeah, I was saying about, like, a warrior. So yeah, if there's a warrior or something like that wanting to go ahead and, destroy your family and try to destroy you, and then come back later saying like, hey, look, I'm sorry, that was part of my job. It's like, fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit. Like, there's a point in time, I mean, there's a moment where it's just like, you knew goddamn well you were old enough and cognizant of what the fuck you were doing. Whether or not you decide to be on another level now, that's neither here nor there. There are things that I cannot get back. There's time. You feel me? There's time. I mean, if there was people who I no longer want to befriend, I mean, that obviously that's not a loss. You feel me? A loss is anything, about like offing somebody who actually was, caring about me, anything of that nature. Like, you can't come back from that. You can redeem yourself, but then at the very end of the day, you're still not owed forgiveness. There's levels to being forgiven and not forgiven, and you've crossed boundaries, specific boundaries in which you can never be forgiven about. You should be okay with that. You really should be fucking okay with that. If you can't, then again, that's the problem on you. I will not hold your hand and try to guide you through it in order for you to try to move on and be like, nah, fuck out of here. So that's on you. That's really on you. And because and I was using the example of a soldier because that's normally typically how things initially, were back in the time where it was just like, where it came down to like a lot of offenses happening. And now we've kind of, watered down to matters of just general disrespect. And they feel like, oh, well, this is just, and then they try to reduce my problems to their common problems. And I'm like, no, what you did was unnatural. Excuse me. What you did was totally not typical. It was uncommon. It was unique in the fact that you've done not only dipped into history, but you decided to go surpass that and and do a lot of really fucked up shit to my fucking body and like and experiment on me and things that I need to without my permission. So no, you will never be forgiven. You will never be forgiven, but you can decide to move accordingly, moving forward. You can either decide to, you know, well, you can either decide to help me with getting justice, and you can stop continuing and supporting the justice as the injustice that's happening to me. It's that fucking easy. It really is that fucking easy. People rather like trying to cherry pick exactly like what they can do. Like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to try to do something else. Well, then thank you for, well, not even thank you, but it's like you right there are just already explaining that, you didn't really mean that you wanted to be forgiven. And you were, in fact, you would try to barter with me, which is insane. That's further disrespect. You will never have my forgiveness. Okay. There's moments where you can actually move accordingly, which will just, it's redeeming for you. You should want to have that for yourself. But a lot of times, the people who say that shit when they want to be forgiven is just it's just to be back into my life, or for them to just, not have that ever mentioned again. And I'm just like, well, it would be mentioned, especially whenever you guys are still doing it until I have my justice. Okay. It will be mentioned. It will be mentioned as it should be. And whenever somebody really has a problem with that, it's just telling me this person is speaking from their ego. This person is having a hard time dealing with the fact that they fucked up and that they are being held accountable for it. This is also telling me that this person is possibly going to get in trouble and does not want to have their reputation sullied like they did with mine. And it's just like, oh fucking well, motherfucker, because you actually knew what the fuck you were doing. So a lot of times, a lot of people, the majority of people knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. The moment they decided to boyer me, the moment they decided to boyer me, they just make excuses and try to make me feel good about myself. And I'm like, how are you trying to make me feel good about myself when I told you I don't want you watching me and how I don't take any comfort in your fucking empty or perverted, lustful compliments. Get out of here. It's empty. I don't want any of that shit. Trust. Those are not flowers. Okay, bitch? Those are not flowers. Yeah. Mm-mm. Absolutely no fucking way am I to take any of that shit as a fucking compliment. Like, get the fuck up out of here. It's actually just such a fucking insult. There's a moment where, like, during the Civil War, where slaves, had to work against, if slaves wanted to be free, they had to work alongside people who once abused them, once mocked them, and things of that nature. And for some weird reason, those motherfuckers thought, well, hey, look, okay, you forgiven me. No, bitch. This is how I'm going to get my freedom. I'm not forgiving you for shit. I'm still going to remember what it is that you did to me. Apparently, the descendants do too. And it's just like, no, you do not get off for any of that. That was something that you decided, that's something you decided on your own to put in your resume called life. And what is the life of you? Once you open up that book, your obituary, whatever, like that, you decided to choose to put that in your fucking obituary. Oh yeah, and don't forget, like this nigga was a slave owner. Oh no, don't forget this person really used to like was an overseer and decided to harm black people. Yeah, no, I don't get down like that. I do not get down like that. Okay, so I'm going to think. Time to make. Yeah. All right. So okay. So yeah, sorry. I'm just I need to drink. It's ridiculous. And yeah. If you can, compute that, understand that, then that's good for you. But if not, then it'll take some time. It's something that hopefully you will find out at a later time, like something you will. Hopefully, that's something that you will learn at a later time. I just don't. I don't have the time or the patience. I'm about to turn 39. I'm about to turn 39 years old, and so I just don't have the patience or the time to really give a fuck about other people's opinions because they've been so stagnant and stubborn in regards to fucking common sense and civil rights. But now all of a sudden that there's a threat going on to their own civil rights and humanities, they want to cry victim. Okay, yeah. So it's all right. So if you guys are understanding part of the warriors, um, all right. So yeah, when I was talking about the civil rights slave and things of that nature, it was just like okay, like yeah, you guys are forming joining alliances together, but don't let it be. Don't get it twisted. Like you're not forgiven for literally all the years lost, all the torture, all the damage that you've caused. This is not an accident. You feel me? This wasn't something that you unintentionally. No, this is something you committed to doing. Whether you thought, I mean, whether it was legal or not, like this shit right here, obviously the people didn't like it. Obviously, the people were willing to risk their lives in order to escape it. So don't try to make any excuses for the threats and the level of disrespect you decided to do against another, okay? What was done, and you move accordingly. You can try to redeem yourself, or you can try to redeem yourself and lessen any kind of universal kind of, comeuppance that comes out of it. Or, you happen to, I mean, or even if nothing happens to like manifest for you, it's just like, I'm definitely going to want to see my justice um manifest before the world, considering all the shit that's been going on, and how punk ass bitch a lot of y'all are really being, with just like, oh, I don't know what happened, but yet you still doing, like, you still moving foul. Insane. Oh my god, like seriously, this camera does not do a fucking justice, because I look really fucking fly. Like, if you think I look okay right now, like, bitch, in person, wow. Like, yeah. So yeah, yeah, people really be on one, having the audacity. Ugh, I have other things to talk about, obviously, though, but I really just, I'm gonna go. And I want to see if I want to try to just rush some errands. I wonder if I can find a stash, like a kiss me. I'm not Irish, but I'm kissable sash, because I am adorbs. I am lovely. I'm looking nice. I'm looking nice. You see that dress? You see that dress right here? It's green, and so I was thinking about wearing it tonight, and I'm gonna do up my makeup, like make it a little darker. Yep, something like that. I don't know, something, or and, maybe some heels. Ah. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think that's one of the contributing factors to what I wanted to do, to like people were saying, like, I was getting fast in the ass, and I was, having sex and stuff like that a lot when I was a kid. I was just like, no, I actually rated. I mean, with the exclusion of me, with the child, sex abuse, I didn't have any. Like, I've had kisses. I've tried to have a French kiss. Never had a French kiss when I was a child, or until I was an adult. And yeah, I was just hanging out with the guys when I could, and that was like not even like hanging out with like the ruffian guys. That was like my cousins, or like the neighborhood kids, and just in general, and sometimes with the other girls. But mostly, I was hanging out with my family. Like 90% of the time, I was hanging out with my family and just doing my studies. I think one of the contributive things, actually, I just saw this funny YouTube video where they were showing these kids show where like babies come from. And I think that's actually very important and very special, because I mentioned this before, where I thought that babies came from the butt, but this was the elementary school, so don't come for me. Don't come for me. I was in like the first. No, no, I was in first grade. I was like in the second or third grade, but I still thought that babies came out the butt because of boo boo. So I was just like, okay, like, just think of it. The only thing that comes out of the vajayjay is just like like water. You feel me? So I would never in my mind just think that, okay, something like a child, something massive would come out of that. Like I'm getting chills. Like, oh my god, that's like really fucking crazy. So yeah, I thought that a baby because something with mass came out the butt, so I thought a baby came out the butt, and that if you have like those really bad poo poos like back in the day, so I just thought that obviously, um, you know, I mean, I was gonna do like a little science thing. Well, obviously, the baby comes out the anus. And if you can see in this chart, this is how I come up to this hypothesis. And I was just like, I wasn't telling everybody. It was just like, actually, I mean, because how would I ever bring up this conversation? The conversation would normally be about cartoons and shit and snacks. So yeah, when I saw those the videos, I just saw the thing about baby coming out of the butt, and I was just like, ain't no way, ain't no way. And then my mom had my little brother, and ugh. That was disgusting because the first time when I found out about it, I was in third grade and the video was literally like a photo and just like a photo picture and it had like a little bit of seed like coming out of it, like one of those like those little cheesy diagram kind of things. It was like she drew down the little white paper and had the projection going on and it had like a person, just an outline of a person with the insides. It was like standing on like side profile and showing like oh, this is that, this is that, and here's where that baby comes out. And it showed like the two little exits right here for the vagina and for the butt, and I'm over here, oh, okay, so it's gonna come out the butt, right? It's coming out the butt, right? Oh my god. And it's crazy because like actually if I didn't see that first, I still wouldn't have thought that even if I saw the video of like, the woman, I still would have thought somehow that was a butt. Because it's not like, I was just like, heels to Jesus thinking like, okay, well, I didn't know where things were. I didn't bother. I didn't need to think of that. But when my wow, when my brother was born, my mom took me to Planned Parenthood and she showed me the video and I was just like, oh my god, holy Jesus. I can't. I cannot. That just looks so fucking painful. And then she topped it off with about a needle and I was just like, I bet you would do. So needle, excruciating pain, where it comes from, you didn't have to worry about me. You didn't have to worry about me. Okay. I was just like, who would want to do that anyway, in the right mind? That's so an adult thing. You don't have to do play school for that. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I think that's actually one of the reasons what would stop me from, having like, sticking the doll underneath my shirt and doing like, oh, like fuck out of here. Save that for the Barbie. Save that for anybody else. No. And it's crazy now because people are talking about, yeah, like I cannot do the needles. I cannot do like I freak out anytime somebody has to like draw blood for me. Like I shit you not. It's a traumatic situation. It's a traumatic response. I cannot. I can't. I can't. I can't. And so yeah, I don't even know how we got into this conversation. But yeah, that's my little horror story. But another thing I want to talk about is what I was saying. I was saying I wanted to do a stash because my birthday. So my birthday is next week, and so I wanted to go ahead and give me a little stash that says, a birthday princess. Ah, princess. I'm about to be 39 years old. I'm gonna be like a princess. I feel I princess. But no, I want to have a stash because I am just really amazed that I'm just talking this much without having eaten anything and drinking anything. Like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, I wanted to go ahead and have like a nice little birthday stash because I'm thinking about going to work tomorrow. I mean, work tomorrow. Thinking about going to work for my birthday, which is uncommon. And I mean, and just gonna have to just, do it where I'm gonna have a stash. I'm just like, yo, it's my birthday. Please don't talk. It's my birthday. Please don't talk to me. It's my birthday. Just be nice. Pay me money. I might even have like a little pretty little vase. Be like, my birthday. Oh, for me, that's so nice. It's my birthday. Oh, Shalise, it's your birthday? Nice. You want to go out for coffee? I will accept a gift card. Yeah, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Um, go, 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 shower. It's my birthday. Ah, 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 ah. It's my birthday. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's that. And oof. Yeah, 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 yeah. What was I gonna say? What else? Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah. I mean, if people really don't understand about the whole point of forgiveness, it just cap. It's just like really just being somebody being really selfish and self-serving, in the most negative and abusive way, in order for them to still have wanting to have control. It's all for their ego because they still want to hurt you and harm you by wanting to make you or try to convince or persuade you, manipulate you in order to forgive somebody who you do not want to forgive. And it has nothing to like forgiveness is for that person. So what that person has to work on forgiving themselves. You you literally have to work on if you're going to work on forgiveness for yourself for for the signs that you're catching on and for how you're deciding to move on accordingly. But forgiving them, that sounds like double fucking duty, bitch. Why the fuck do you need to have that responsibility? No, fuck out of here. That literally sounds you literally are giving yourself two fucking jobs for that motherfucker, whether it's a woman or a man. And that person's literally going to just like walk off into the sunset with your forgiveness for what the fucking reason? For what the fuck reason? Like I said, when it's a matter where you misunderstand when it's a matter where it's like a misunderstanding a genuine sincere misunderstanding it was a mistake like a genuine mistake not something intentional. Oh, you wanted to hurt me, that was intentional. You wanted to harm me, that was intentional. You wanted to try to see something in order to embarrass me in order for your fucking entertainment, that was fucking intentional. There's nothing that's going to make me say, oh Shalise, maybe we should think about forget that. You will never have my forgiveness for the dumb shit that you've had done to me and for the shit that you're still doing to me. Never. There will never be a day. You don't deserve it. You will never ever have it at all. And I just want to sum up that where people start try to use their own fucking belief and their Christianity or whatever kind of religion that they want, spirituality, religion, whatever kind of like dumb shit values and systems that they want to have in order to try to manipulate me or try to shame and guilt me. It goes like this. I have wrote this down in my notes. It was just like, okay, so imagine if you were unfortunately one of the people that were on the fucking Boeing jet on 9/11, and a stranger comes by and wants to kill all of you. Now, at this point in time, are you going to just sit there with your hands folded and be like, you know what? Their belief system is different than mine, but they want to project their hatred or their control over me. And so, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and respect that. I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet and let him kill everyone on this fucking plane, on this fucking aircraft because of their fucking values. No, absolutely not. Get the fuck up out of here. Just because of your own individualistic beliefs and values. I don't care how big your fucking group is behind you, how I feel as an individual really fucking matters. So for you to go ahead and try to project your fucking values onto me is a very selfish and self-serving kind of agenda that I don't have to respect. Okay. We're living in the 2024. This is the 21st century. Go fuck yourself when it comes to, the dumb shit. Because all these fucking people that believe in, the spirituality or using religion in order to try to oppress me or use me as some type of like totem or image to fulfill their journey, their destiny, or try to project um, sex trafficking, which is what this really is, sex trafficking, where they want to have me paired up with somebody like that. They are on 9/11 time, bitch. Like you were really trying to jeopardize my fucking welfare, my well-being, and my entire existence off of your fucking selfishness and because of your fucking ego. Whatever it is that you have that you cannot disconnect from me has nothing to fucking do with me. I am literally going outside. I am literally telling you to go fuck yourself, go to hell, get buried 10 feet under the ground so you can get closer to hell. And I'm telling the future people of tomorrow how much of a fucking loser, punk ass bitch and retard that you fucking are because you cannot comprehend the fucking situation that's going on. That is your problem. That is your handicap. That is your situation. And it's really wild on how people decided to really try to identify me as somebody with a disability. And it really just showed even more how weak these people are. It does not make you an alpha. It just makes you a lazy ass beta. It really does make you a fucking beta because you decided you're not the kind of person, you thought you were eating grass, bitch. And here I am being a fucking cactus to you. In fact, I'm not even I am I am the cactus. I am the cacti. I am the fly Venus trap. It's just like what you're going to get is poisoned. What you are going to get is going to come back on you 10 times fold. What you are going to get, I am, is just yourself in your own fucking grave. A lot of the things that have happened to people have literally been at their own fucking hands. And it's just, it took some time, but it came back right to their doorstep. You feel me? It came right to their motherfucking doorstep. I do not tolerate any kind of disrespect when it comes to the levels of offense that you guys have done when it comes to violating my civil and human rights. You crossed so many boundaries. You did. You really fucking did. So yeah, when you talk about forgiveness, you know that you're talking from you're talking from a platform of weakness. You know, you're just talking from your perspective that's only serving you and whomever, you know, your clusterfuck of stupid people are, you know, just a bunch of niggers and coons that are just, you know, really just trying to fulfill whatever master you serve. And it ain't me, so I ain't gotta worry about it. And I want to be here to just listen to you whine and complain when you literally happen to use my words in order to go ahead and fulfill or try to like hide behind. It's just like, oh yeah, I hate what she's saying, but then you go ahead and just like you start picking up those same fucking like words and shit like that, putting it in your bowl and trying to serve other people in order for you to get fucking coins, customers, money, attention, and sponsorships. So get the fuck up out of here. You actually do appreciate my words. You appreciate me. I don't need you fucking say so. Actually, I walk in the magnificence knowing that, bitch. It's been like that since day fucking one. You yourself are fucking lesser. And I really needed to stop being, as humble. Okay. There's moments where, you are humble, where you are leaving yourself grace to know that you don't know everything, to know that you're not going to be excelling to perfection. And that's where I'm at. But I do have the place where I know that I am fucking better, a lot better, and a lot greater than the people who have literally went out of the way in order to try to harm me and oppress me. You all bitches, your death will be amazing. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, go ahead and check my outfit out because I'm cute and I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm about to go out like this. Yes. Yeah. And I'm gonna wear my boots. Hey. Oh my god, that sounds like that dude from like he has like a mustache, no, a beard. I can't do it anymore. But like, yeah, like, oh my god, he's so like memorable. I can't remember his name. Oh my goodness, it's just, ah. Yeah, but elevator go up, elevator go down, elevator go up, elevator go down, elevator go up, elevator go down. Cute. All right, man. I'm gonna go because I got things to do. Hey, baby. Oh, wait, we're doing. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the old outfit, but I'm wearing it again. Nothing too special. Da, da, da. I'm just, going out running these errands and getting me something to snackies before I try to head out and get myself a nice little drink and probably play some darts. I do love the billiards. I do. I really do like the billiards. Yay. So, this thing that I came across was people were saying like, God is woman. And for many people, they were saying, well, not many people, but for enough people, they were saying, God is a black woman. I was like, why would you want to do that? I get that we name things, that we always want to name things. 'Cause I myself, I call my car sometimes like girl, get it together, or boy. But it's like, sometimes like baby. We call things, we give things pronouns. You know, we give things pronouns. I understand it in all languages. There in many different cultures, we give things pronouns. Everything's pronoun. We call the car or a boat a her, and we use el, la, las, los. Yeah, things have pronouns. And what was it? Automobile or el gato. Is it, no, is it el perro? La perro? I don't know. Anyway, my thing is just like la chevaux. Anyway, I'm thinking too much. Anyway, the thing is just that with God being woman, I never really saw, even though we've already given him the pronouns really originally as he. I really didn't see it as much of as the universe itself being a woman. We call Mother Earth a woman. We call Earth a mother, a woman. And God itself, you're saying that God is woman, and it's just like to each their own. That is something that I'm not going to trespass my own beliefs onto yours or try to invoke my beliefs onto yours. I feel like that's stupid. That's why I literally was just saying that from the jump. Like, yo, so yeah, I just think for me, I would like to know how people came up with that concept and why you even want to decide to make that one apparent when it just seems like I think a lot of Black women wanted to just have that accolade and were just being really competitive with either other races and the other gender, in regards to wanting to be worshipped and wanting to be respected. And sometimes when we're not respected, you're just like, oh, well, not everybody like God and things of that nature. And it's just like, I think we're just thinking too highly of ourselves, excuse me, of yourselves, because I myself, I don't consider myself a God. And I've literally have mentioned before, like, I'm not a martyr. I'm not a God. When it was trending, I believed in the whole thing. Oh, I'm a goddess. Even then it was like goddess, but not God. I mean, there's some people who are out there who literally think that they are God, and that is a mental illness. But they try to pretend like, oh, I'm never, nah, bitch, nah. Um, yeah, but it just seems like, okay, here it is. God did have, did have the stories that are tethered to God and Himself is just kind of wild. So it would just be unexplainable. So are you saying that the black woman is a homewrecker? Because he impregnated. He impregnated. Sorry, he impregnated Mary when she was already, taken for, like, she was already taken home. Lady was taken. And I mean, even if you call him a man, say he, it was just like, okay, so we're calling, God a homewrecker. And it was just like, per se, he was just like, oh, that, but he was also saying that, oh, that's, all God's children. So now he's a pedophile. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with a lot of things that, derive from the Bible. I really don't. I think there's a lot of things that are questionable. A lot of things are ilky. A lot of things that are, manipulative, and a lot of things that are just like, stop it. So yeah, well, but if you want to call yourself that, sweetheart, then you go right ahead. But it's just like that doesn't just leave, when I say that I love God, I love exactly the message that He carries. It's like, okay, look, I respect and I appreciate the overall tone within a lot of religions on what they are supposed to exhibit. They don't maintain it, they don't live it, they don't exercise those things. They pretend to. And that's the thing that I don't get down with. But the mission statement, I think, for universally everything is just like, do no initial harm, but take no shit. I mean, there's obviously, little things here and there though, but ultimately that's what it consists of. And Yeah, it's just like when you have, your Nazi Christians and things of that nature, it's just like, okay, quit, quit. Like that's when you want to bail. And that's why I'm like, solo dolo on a lot of shit. But yeah, black ladies, I don't know why you guys did that. And I'm pretty sure initially you had were met with a lot of I guess like pushback and opposition, but I'm pretty sure during that time, around that time that was happening and going on, there was OnlyFans and a lot of you girls putting your pussies and things of that nature out, and so a lot of that shit was a little, let's call it what the fuck it is, like, because like a lot of men decided to go ahead and allow a lot of really deeply insecure, wounded, triggered, petty, mean girl females to lick, suck, fuck, and trap them into a moment where they had to appeal to the whims and anger and wrath of those women. And so I'm just pretty sure that that was a message that was, initiated in the middle sense when the woman decided to use her feminine ways in order to go ahead and get a man in order to, I guess, like abide and things of that nature. So yeah, yeah, it was a very transactional kind of situation. But I myself, I don't know why they were saying, I don't dismiss or disregard there being goddesses. Actually, I really actually still like to this day Greek mythology and African mythology, things of that nature. Like I really get down with the get down when it comes to like different types of religions and learning about those things. Like I think that's really actually fucking cool. Um, in all respect. But actually no, but in all respect, period. What I would say about like, one God being a woman, it just seems like a really hefty thing. So it's just like, especially I cannot see myself like, putting that load onto a woman. I'm just like, I can see, yeah, I was just like, what was your thought process except for, being vain or insecure, vain and insecure. But yeah, for it's just like, okay, because with God, the way how the way how it was lined up was just like pedophile, homewrecker, the initial wrath. So yeah, so I'm gonna so okay, so black women, is that what she wanted to do? Homewrecker, it was like what, homewrecker, rapist? Because like then she just kind of wake up, or did she wake up pregnant? No, 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 excuse me. The angel told her that she was gonna be pregnant. And like, so how did that happen? How did that happen? I thought we needed two ingredients for those. So how did that happen? Okay. So that one. Um, yeah, pedophile. Because I mean, you're asking someone to convince your child to sleep with you. You literally sent a servant in order to convince, like, hey, you know what, your dad or your mom is pretty hot. I think you should give it up. Ew, fuck, that's disgusting. So that, like, let's keep it, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. That's what I'm saying. When people like really just try to come for me, I'm just like, I know there's some matters about the church that I'm just like, okay, we really need to discuss something right here. Like, this shit is disgusting. Like, we should kind of. I know you guys kind of glance over that, and we serve, a fucking traumatized child who has literally not had a good start or a good finished. Um, yeah, but yeah, black women wanting to be called God. So what is because like you work on color people time where you are delaying people blessings and fortunes and things of that nature or whatever like that, protection, things of that nature. Like what is that what you embody? Is it the part where you are wanting to come in into, the business of everybody and just, kind of have people be disappointed? Is it the point where you want to go ahead and be identified as that which is now hated the most, and that's why other people are seeking elsewhere? Is it the point where you want to go ahead and find out that you are um, really just kind of a mixed bag of everything, where you are you are one thing, but it's just like there's a lot. that makes up your identity. Basically, you're not really the blueprint, but you're the blueprint, but you're not really the blueprint. Like, there's basically like there's facets of you that is shared amongst, other cultures and things of that nature. Like there is maybe just like there's a core essence of you that is unique, no doubt. But out of that is other things that, like you hold yourself to such a regard where it's just like, please stop. Just know that the only reason why you got to this point right here is because you decided to colonize and oppress and harm other people to force and shut down your beliefs into other people. So, I mean, the more I keep talking about it, maybe, but yeah, there's more to that. There really is more to that. But you chose it. So hey, I'm just kind of going on to this. It definitely seemed tactical. Um, in the moments where, women were definitely in behind the scenes trying to make their way into society and trying to feign women empowerment, but were actually being mean girls with power. It was cherry picking empowerment. It was anything that had to do with from different ages, from as young as a teen, from as old as a white haired grandma. It was a lot of women that decided to rally together in order to cherry pick, control, harass women if they didn't fall in line. And it was just like you guys were convincing women and also competing with the same women in order to have to be sexy or to live to a certain type of standard. And it was just really just a total mind fuck in which you were putting women through loops and things of that nature. Be this way, talk this way. Oh no, now we're gonna change it. Do this way, talk this way. It's like the whims of women is just fucking wild, bro. It's like I'm comfortable in my side. Don't get it twisted. Men are horrible. Men can be horrible, but I'm just saying, like, god damn. It's just I'm just observing two wars that really just don't need to fucking happen. But you guys are a mess all on your own. And so when you look at that chaos, you just be like, I don't care about y'all. When you made it the point where you said that you wanted to harm me just for the fuck of it, why should I help you? Why should I help you? Yeah. All right, it's an hour and 16 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue to treat myself. I already did it with this. I already did it with